Come on. Not another 14 or 15 incher? I don't care how young or old you are, everybody likes seeing a cork go under.
There we go.
I told you, what did I tell you? I'm only as good as the guy I fish with. But it's nothing like coming to a new lake and a great boat and meeting new friends. And today we're going to be with a really special guy. He's a wonderful crappie fisherman. His name is Schoenherr. Don't ask me how to spell it, but that's how you say it. When you see us here in a bit, we'll be at our first spot and I'll introduce you to Kyle. You're really going to like this guy. We're going to really have a fun show today, so stick with us. Today, we are coming to you from southern Illinois, probably southwest Illinois, a little far of a lake called Kincaid. And we're going to do a little crappie fishing. And we're going to introduce you to a guy that a lot of you crappie fishermen probably already know, but for those of you that don't know, this is Kyle Schoenherr. I got it right,
You got it.
How many times have you had to spell your name in your life?
A lot.
Kyle is an excellent crappie fisherman, good young guy here that's invited us here to a lake that most of us have probably never heard of. I know I never had. Well, we're in the dog days of summer and we're going to get out there before it gets too hot. So come along with us today. Kinkaid Lake, southern Illinois, crappie fishing, Kyle Schoenherr.
It's pretty thick vegetation. What we got's milfoil, so we're trying to kind of go straight up and out. But also what there's a lot of vegetation all the way around this lake. You could fish for miles, before you really get bites. But kind of what we found down there is some old stumps that are mixed in that vegetation. So that's generally what the numbers of fish have been coming off of. You got you again. There you got you. Ooh, you got a good one. That's a good one.
Huh? Now see, that's how you catch a crappie.
He was laying under that old stump.
Good Lord.
Now that's a hybrid there. That's a hybrid.
This is a, where you want me to get, Eric, so you can see? Huh?
That's the way to start it off, ain't it?
Man, now that is a nice start right there. Now I guess you're saying that's a hybrid.
It is. It definitely is for sure.
All right, well let's get him in the light so we can tell what we're talking about here. Okay, now show them what they're talking about.
Okay, you can see, if you look close, you can see actually some vertical barring like a white. Okay, this fish is actually shaped like a white, but it's got a speck pattern like a black. Okay, now if you count the spines here, a black crappie will have 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spines. Okay, so you got 7 spines like a black, vertical barring like a white. These are the fish that get really big. These are the 3-pound plus fish you hear about coming out of this lake.
Well, that's a good one. Well, we're not on a meat run, so I'm gonna let this bad boy go. And it's about got to be right on top of them.
It does. Yeah, they're not real aggressive. A lot of the bites we'll get will be light. That's actually why we went to these small little floats.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
What we got?
Another good one.
What we got?
Net.
What we got? Yeah, I want to see that fancy big old network here.
Boy, that's another good fish right there.
How about that?
That's another hybrid.
Man, I'm a crappie catching
That's right.
dude, man.
That's right.
I told you, what did I tell you? I'm only as good as the guy I fish with. So these things are just chasing each other, aren't they? They don't care who they're mating with, do they?
No.
Look at that.
Pretty fish.
A hybrid crappie. To me, I would have just called that a black.
Right.
You know,
See
at first inspection, I'd have
Yeah.
just said that's a black.
that one's really got some vertical barring to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. How about that? A little Kinkaid Lake crappie action right here with Kyle Schoenherr. Yes, sir. We're gonna take a little commercial break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be getting a few more of these right here and show a few little techniques that he's using and how he's catching these nice summertime crappie here in southern Illinois. See you in a bit. The G3 Sportsman is brought to you by G3 Boats. Quality, performance, and satisfaction. Garmin, it's your time. Berkeley, catch more fish. and by power pole. Swift, silent, secure.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Schoenherr. Just a little bit about what I do in Southern Illinois. I guide full-time, obviously, here on Kinkaid Lake in Southern Illinois. We also guide on Wren Lake and Lake of Egypt, 12 months out of the year. That's one thing in the last few years that's come about, and people really learned with the modern day electronics that we got now that fishing is definitely something you do 12 months out of the year. Kinkaid is a lake that I really rely on the summer. Basically, my pattern in Southern Illinois for the best bite, it seems like, is weeds, shallow water brush, not too much deeper than about 15 foot.
Hey, 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 hey. Oh, here, let me do it.
You do the honors?
Let me do it with this little fancy net here. Look at this little cute thing. I don't even, boy, that thing's so little, I didn't even know if I knew how to. Well, that didn't take long.
No, it didn't.
We're back from break. And we're already in them again. Now that is that's a dandy right there, Kyle.
Yep.
14
about
inches.
A 14-inch fish.
And boys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care if you're from Mississippi or wherever, a 14-inch crappie, that's a dandy.
That's a good one. Yep. Yep. This lake's definitely got some average size to it. Beautiful fish. They're so unique, this kind of fish. I've seen these hybrids in a few other places, but never this many numbers of them.
Boy, you talk about a simple rig we're using today. It's the old cork and minnow. That's how this old hot summertime, these old fish are finicky, and so we're just going with live bait. You can just see with our little crappie hook and or just our little weight, and we've just got a little small slip cork on here. In fact, I like fishing like this. You know, anytime you can fish with a cork, I mean, man, how much fun is that?
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Good fish. Yeah, there you go. Now that's a white.
Yep. Still looking for that elusive black nose. I've got the triple crown. I need the grand slam.
That's definitely a true white.
Yeah. That is just a true white. Throwing away good eaters too, eh? Putting them back.
Saving them for the next time.
Saving them for the next time right here. You can see what we're fishing in. I think you can kind of get an idea of, now that the sun's kind of come up, you can see that milfoil there. And of course, when you've got a lot of vegetation like that, that'll hold the little aquatic bugs and this, that, and the other, and then the fry will come feed on them. And of course, then the crappie come in and feed on the fry. And they really just don't have to bite our minnow.
Right.
I mean, there's plenty of food down there for them, and we just basically about have to put it right in their face. And you know, it's just like us. When you're in 90-degree heat, you move a little slower. Surface temperature here is upper 80s.
There you go, Scott.
And I'm sitting here just talking and catching crappie, but you know, they're a little lethargic too. If you guys could reach through the TV and feel these crappie, they're really, really warm. You know, so I mean, just this fish right here, he's probably wore out just from all that shaking and everything else. Another little white crappie. What we got?
Got another one.
Now that's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a good keeper right there.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, if I'm gonna eat fish, this is about the size I love to eat.
About 11.
Yep.
Ooh. Yep, about 11 inch. Crappie fishermen all over the country take a sack full of them.
Yep. Just pretty color. Good fish. Another black. Yeah, we ain't seen the black nose yet. Good fish.
Good crappie. Here.
There you go.
Look here.
Another
Look
good
here.
one. That's a good one. Oh, got a double there.
All right, he was so big, he broke my line. How about that? Let's have a little.
That's another, that one's harder to tell.
That's a little black, isn't it?
I think it's a black, yep.
There you go. Little black crappie.
Hey guys, I'm Schoenherr. I got a real quick tip for you for summertime crappie fishing. I get a lot of questions about this every year. It might be 95, 100 degrees, and what most people ask me is, you guys must be catching them 20, 30 foot or deeper yet. And the answer is, most of the time fish aren't going to be that deep in the summertime. Depending on water clarity, obviously the stained water, your thermocline is going to be a little bit higher in the water column. Clear water is going to be a little bit lower. But what happens is oxygen levels are going to be low the deeper you go in the summertime. So really pay attention on your electronics for your thermocline. A lot of times fish are going to be 6, 8 foot or less in the summer. There's a cold layer, a definite cold layer when you drop from 7 to 8. And that's what these fish are laying in down there. They're laying in that 8 foot layer. The water gets so hot, you know, they're a little more lethargic. So the bites are light. They're not chasing baits. They're not moving a lot. So when you're dropping in front of them, they're definitely taking advantage of that.
That right there, my friends, is a nice start to the day right there.
In the summertime, make sure, pay attention to that thermocline and start off shallow the next time you go crappie fishing.
Yeah, there
Hey,
you go. Hey,
that's the black nose we've been looking for,
that's
ain't
the black nose.
Who?
And I've got a pig. I have got a pig, son. G3 Sportsman is brought to you by Fioki Ammunition. What's in your gun? Abu Garcia, for life. Team Catfish, real catfish gear. And by Bug Soother, repel bugs naturally.
There's one. That's a keeper. Another white. Got me. Ooh, had me too. I was watching your fish.
Another little white crappie. Good keeper. Oh, they are feisty. There you go. Little white. If I had any help at all, we'd have this show done. Just any help. These are the splizzers. These are from Buck. I don't know if you've ever seen these.
They're
If
dandy.
you talk about a dandy pair of pliers. They're pliers, scissors. I guess that's where they get the splizzer. Nice big handle on here, stainless.
I noticed they cut braid really good.
Oh my gosh, cut it just like butter.
There ain't much that does.
They got all kind of tools, crimpers and bottle opener and everything on them, and they are just a heck of a. Now they're kind of salty. You don't want to just lose these,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, they last you forever. And we're really tickled to have Buck on board with us. Had her down for a while. He's still there. That's not a bad. That ain't nothing wrong with that fish right there.
That ain't
either.
like the one we lost, but it's a good keeper.
Yeah. Swing around there and show it to him there.
Yeah, that's about 11-inch fish.
Now explain what we have done. We started here this morning, and we fished a few places, and that's another key tip you can give people, isn't it, Kyle?
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to forget about a productive spot earlier in the day. I mean, we fished it for a while. We got to the point where we, weren't getting too many bites, so we moved around and basically tried to duplicate that. I mean, all this is a weed point and 10 foot of water with a stump down there by it.
It's no different than a dozen
right.
other places we fished.
Right. It's just these fish are, for whatever reason right here, they're more active, there are more numbers around it. Better year class of fish on it for sure. That's the 4th big fish we've seen right there. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to rule out a spot you caught fish on earlier in the day. You don't want to forget about it. I mean,
Look at here.
yeah.
I got him.
There it is, keeper.
Boy, I tell you, if I just had any help.
Well, I'm trying, look. That's another white.
Got us a little double. I figure if I get my crappie dizzy enough, he'll let me get him off. Yeah.
I think yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah. A little white crappie. Still looking for the elusive black nose crappie. Man, I had a fly wearing my ankle out. Oh yeah, I know where I'm going. Right here. 3 things are always on my boat in the summertime. Sunscreen, water, and my bug soother. Spray a little on my ankles right here. Cause man, when I was getting that fish, that dang fly was chewing me to pieces. And I tell you, I would rather, like I always say, I'd rather the fish not bite as the bugs bite. And they don't bother me with bug soother. So bug soother has come to Illinois with me. And they're gonna keep the flies off of me, I guarantee you. Look here, we got a fish on. That's black crappie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That's a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Keeper crappie.
Yep, pretty little guy. Yeah, we worked our way all the way up this point, no bite, no bite.
Mm-hmm.
Got on that real specific spot. We caught some on this morning and caught 3 or 4 fish.
There you go.
That's a pretty good
That's
one.
a good one right there. That ain't nothing to shake a stick at, is it?
Oop. Boy, they just barely hanging on.
That's a, yeah.
Well, that's a true black.
That's a true black and a nice one too, Kyle.
I tell you what, I do that every day and I don't ever get tired of watching that cork go under.
Well, I mean that. But once again, you don't want to just go in there and just beat it to death.
Right.
You know, just go somewhere else, fish a little while, come back later. You know, because once you catch a few fish out of a small area right there, that scatters them out.
Right.
And, you know, just come back and check on it. It only takes a few minutes and you never know. And I'm glad we stopped here.
Yeah.
You know. There you go. Better one? Yeah, there you go. Hey!
That's the black nose we've been looking for.
That's the black nose.
Cool.
Don't let him come out. Okay, show the people the black nose. I know most people have seen them.
It's pretty defined. You can see that marking right there. And on this lake, a lot of times they'll have it right there on the bottom too. But this really isn't a hybrid. It's more of a unique color strain that they've kind of created, I think, I think it was by Grenada. They call it the Magnolia Crappie, black nose crappie. But you can see it's definitely got more of a shape like a regular black does. Pretty fish, they grow pretty quick. They're pretty aggressive actually, these fish here.
But you can definitely tell with that racing stripe down their head.
Pretty fish. We'll drop them back for tomorrow.
Mr. Blacknose. Well, we've at least got the Kinkaid.
We got the slam.
Kinkaid Crappie Slam. I have got a pig, son. Look at that, dude. And my net boy just couldn't get him, and that was my 4-pounder right there.
Oh, man.
G3 Sportsman has been brought to you by Ugly Stick, America's strongest, most sensitive rod. The Mully Towel, clip, catch, clean, and release. And by Yamaha, reliability starts here.
Had one hanging on it, didn't you? There we go. That's another black nose.
I got my slam. Oh yeah, I did it. Last year I got the Calcasieu Slam in Louisiana, and now this year I have got the Kinkaid Crappie Slam, the hybrid, the white, the black, and the black nose. How about that? The old black nose crappie. The Kinkaid Slam, boys. Where else can you come and catch 4 different species of crappie and fish with a finer guy than Kyle, say it with me, Schoenherr. I'm getting it down,
You're
ain't
good.
I?
You got it good. You
Getting
got
it down. Hats off to Kyle. Hope nothing but the best for him for the next years to come. And we can only hope that we did a good enough job for him today that he might actually invite us back. Maybe next year and we can do another show for you guys. But check out Kyle down here in Southern Illinois. If you want a really good person to fish with, Kyle's your man, and you can learn a lot from a guy like Kyle.
Definitely my goal on a guide trip is to help you all learn something, have a good time. Just, again, laid back, easy fishing is what it's all about. Hopefully I'll see you all with me on the water and have a good time.
But hey, that's all the time we got. So just remember to keep what you can eat, release the rest, and we'll be out there somewhere doing something fun next week right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. Let's get baited up, man. Just cause the camera's off don't mean we can't catch another. He's just like every other fisherman in the area. He's facing the sun.
You want me to turn?
Yeah. Anytime you want to go to the honey hole now,
Okay.
we can.
I'll let you know when we get there. I know I can't hardly help myself. I gotta watch everybody's cord.
My 3-pounder. You let him go.
I know.
Whopped him right in the
Knocked
head.
him off.